The Leader of the Third Party.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, yesterday police revealed that at least 8 elderly residents of long-term care homes were allegedly murdered between 2007 and 2014 in Woodstock and London. It is horrific, it is tragic, and it is heartbreaking. And our thoughts and sympathies go out to the families and loved ones, Speaker. I understand that there is an open police investigation happening right now, and I know that no one here would do anything to impede or compromise that investigation in any way, Speaker. But there are some genuine, straightforward questions that need to be asked today. Premier, Ontarians want to know how it is possible that alleged murders can go undetected inside a long-term care home in Ontario for 7 years.
Well, Mr. Speaker, as I said yesterday, this is an extremely distressing case. And as I said yesterday, I don't think there's anyone in this legislature. This is not a partisan issue in any way, Mr. Speaker. There is no one in this legislature who is not distressed by this case, Mr. Speaker. And so the question that the Leader of the Third Party asks, how could this happen, is exactly what the police investigation is about, Mr. Speaker. That is exactly the question that that needs to be answered, and so we need to let the police investigation unfold, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Well, Speaker, of course there is a police investigation ongoing, and I respect that very much, but the question I'm asking has to do with the Ministry of Long-Term Care and their oversight procedures. While this is perhaps the most graphic, serious and tragic example of abuse and mistreatment in our long-term care system, we all know that it's not the first. The families of 78,000 Ontarians in long-term care want to know what action the government has taken in the last 24 hours to ensure that their loved ones are safe. Has the Premier ordered any action or review of current oversight measures in Ontario's long-term care system?
Thank you. Premier.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care.
Minister of Health, Long-Term Care.
Well, Mr. Speaker, let me also add my deepest sympathies to these families who have not only had to mourn the death of a loved one, but now face the allegations as outlined by police yesterday. It truly is tragic, and in fact for the communities of Woodstock and London as well. It's important the police deliberately stated yesterday morning that there's no danger to any of the residents in long-term care homes in this province as a result of these alleged actions. We have stated the same. We have one of the most robust oversight accountability measures to ensure the safety and protection of long-term care residents, certainly in Canada, Mr. Speaker, in fact, in the world. And that inspection process is robust. That being said, we are actively participating and collaborating with the police to ensure that the many questions, including those from the opposition, those questions are answered in due course.
Thank you. Final supplementary.
Well, Speaker, something has obviously failed, and that's the reason I'm asking the question today, Speaker. Again, it has to do with oversight, Speaker.
Order. Somebody will get warned if they continue. Please finish.
Speaker, 7 years and no one knew. That's a failure of our system, and that's what I think the people of Ontario require us to look at as a group, Speaker. So my question has to do with oversight in our system, not the details of the investigation. We all know those details are going to come, Speaker. It has to do with the oversight that's needed to protect the most vulnerable seniors and residents of long-term care. There are 78,000 residents in long-term care homes across Ontario today, and they and their families have simple, straightforward questions that deserve answers from their government. What is the Premier doing to improve oversight and protection of Ontarians living in long-term care homes in our province?
Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I think it's important that I remind all of us in this chamber that we are dealing with allegations. They're absolutely horrible, terrible allegations, but they are allegations nonetheless. And I also want to, as the police did yesterday, in reassuring the public and reassuring the residents of long-term care homes that there is no danger to them as a result of these horrible allegations, Mr. Speaker, I can also assure the legislature and the public that the highest priority for myself and my ministry is the safety and security of residents in our long-term care homes, as it is for all Ontarians. We have among the best oversight mechanisms for critical incidents, as well as for general annual inspections in the world, Mr. Speaker. We will continue to improve upon that strong, robust system, but it's important that all of us remind Ontarians and assure them of their safety in this critical time.
Thank you.